Americans have no idea what's actually happening in the world or what their administration is doing, says this Twitter account. Quote, we're going to a war with Iraq. That's been crazy. I've never heard the word Ayatollah in my life. And is Venezuela in Spain? This seems like an excuse for this reporter, who looks a little bit gay actually, to walk to a beach and point the camera at some very scantily clad women. But let's see what he says.
What college you guys go to?
UTC. FAU.
Sacred Heart University.
Ohio State.
Spring break 2026. What is the game plan?
Drinking, blackout with my rack out.
If my mom is watching, I'm sorry, Mom, but I've been getting pretty drunk almost every day.
Hook up with some girls, get with as many girls as we can, and not come back with an STD.
Wake out with one person each night, that's it.
So how many guys have you made out with this week?
So what you've done here is you've gone and you've found dumb rich kids, of which there are several in any country. Dumb, literally stupid rich kids. Maybe they're good at their specialist subject in university, but maybe not even that. Dumb rich kids who have no need to care about the wider world. And you've asked them about the wider world. I mean, this is like asking a rigidly obsessed with geopolitics autist who would know the answer to these questions what to do at a party. I wouldn't fucking know that. And these guys would be geniuses at that. So, woo, well done. You've taken the wrong question to the wrong place. Or the right question to the wrong place, either way. You can't expect every person in society to have a good idea of every topic, or even of like broad important topics. Humans specialize. We specialize by gender, we specialize by intelligence, we specialize by different kinds of loads of other factors, social ability, technical ability, financial ability, whatever. Tendencies, genetic or learned, nature and nurture, all these stuff. We specialize. So as much as I could take this opportunity to rage bait some Americans into saying, look at these stupid Americans, and these are some stupid Americans, that's not really the point here. And there are stupid people like this in most countries, especially developed countries. Now, should they know better? Not necessarily. Maybe. But there are people who are as rich as they are who do know about geopolitics. There are people who are as, in sunny places like them who know about geopolitics, people who are sometimes as hot as them who know about geopolitics. Less, but there are still plenty. What you've done here is you've gathered a group, let's say you've gathered a group of 100 people in the room and say, okay, hands up if you know a bit about geopolitics. Everyone's hand, half the people in the room's hand go up. Okay, all of you guys get out. Oh, okay, bye then. All right, hands up if you know a bit about politics and political theory and that kind of thing. The rest, a bunch of other hands go up. Okay, you guys get out. Okay, by this time you've got about 25 to 30 people left. Gradually, you go through the list of things that you want to rule out. You get rid of them. And then once you've got about 5 to 10 people left in the room, you ask them questions about all the subjects you just ruled out. That's what you've done here, except without the explicit part at the beginning, but basically. So there you go. I've defended Americans. Now, so far, I've posted a few clips onto Twitter, and the most popular of those has been one where I present a hypothesis, which is kind of a mild criticism of Americans. And so that one was very popular. And so I figure, well, if that's what works, maybe I'll just rage bait Americans. I think even Nacho said, maybe that's a good idea. Well, I had the opportunity here, but I decided to defend them instead.
I've been here for about 10 days. So 10.
What were their names?
I don't remember.
My opinion would be that this kind of lifestyle is inadvisable. But if a small portion of society does it, it may have indirect effects that are beneficial overall. It's hard to say what those might be. It may simply be as a negative example. And that sometimes is enough. And it is only a small portion of society doing it. Wealthy kids have always been pretty fucking spoiled. However, have they always been degenerate? I'm not sure about that. Probably there's a great tendency towards it, yes. But maybe not as strong as it is here. Still, you can argue that's just a matter of the times, the great wave form of history, and that eventually it'll buck back up again. We'll see. We could wait and get to the point where they're talking less about who they're fucking and more about who the US is fucking.
Ice. Not personally. I'm legal.
Getting a tan on the beach. That's the most important thing in my life right now. Gulf of America. That's the last thing I kept up with.
We're going to war with Iraq. That's been crazy.
What do you
Gulf of America was the last thing you kept up with. Literally just he changed the name. There's nothing else to it. Not everything needs to be beneficial to travel on. Some things are just noise that is tolerated because it's caused by something else which is beneficial. Yes, that's also true, but I suspect that over time everything becomes beneficial in some way.
He's like trying to sue those people for making jokes about him.
600 times!
You must be happy.
So I think making jokes about him and like flagrantly defaming him in a serious public venue of the press, for example, is a little bit different. She said that we're going to war with Iraq, which, to be fair, why would she need to know the difference between Iraq and Iran? She at least knows that the US is going to war with one of them. It's better than you might expect from these people.
I'm very happy.
The Ayatollah's dead.
I'm so. What? Who? What? What is that?
Who the is Ayatollah?
I have never heard that word in my life.
Lewis, what's Ayatollah?
I haven't heard. I found out about Chuck Norris yesterday. That was more devastating to me.
He was the supreme leader
Fair
of
enough.
Iran.
Chuck Norris was not the supreme leader of Iran. You take that back right now.
He's dead?
Oh, damn it.
We killed him. You did? You killed him? If you were in charge.
This was the guy? Wow. He doesn't look like the type, does he? He looks too gay.
How would you take on Iran?
Yeah, all my girls and we would all start putting belts on them.
We get a bunch of girls in bikinis. We
I
make
can't even tell what she just said. Does anyone else know?
run across the battlefield. All the guys are distracted. We all run in.
Look at him in his eyes, I guess. Just flirt with him.
I'd blow him up. I don't know enough about it, but I would probably wipe it out.
Drop a bomb, baby. Bomb the out of him.
I would bomb the out of him.
What have you heard?
Well, there you go. There you go. That's how Americans, they all do actually like this stuff. There's a tendency for elimination of negative expressions and increase in positive expressions. But if a negative expression is caused by a positive expression, if the positive is greater than the negative won't be eliminated. It might even be magnified. There is some truth to that still, right? I think it's folly to assume that something is just noise. And over enough time, over the billions of years we've been evolving, I suspect almost every behavior that humans do has been expressed in some way at some point, and either benefits have been extracted from it, even if they're indirect benefits, or it's been eliminated and never returned. The only ones that cycle back in, I think, tend to be the beneficial ones, or at least anything that does cycle back in, there's some reason for it to have done so. I get what you're saying. There's a chance for that, but I would always rather look for the potential positive, and it's likely, even when it seems to be noise, that it is in fact positive in some way. It's folly. It's also folly to assume it isn't just noise, which is why I'm not doing that. But I'm seeking the meaning in it, because I think usually there is meaning in it.
You know who I am?
I do not.
Here's Johnny.
Hi, Johnny.
I think that's a movie quote and not actually an introduction of a man named Johnny. So well done. Well done. You found the bottom of the barrel of IQ. The thing is, if they had found someone here who was like, oh yeah, Iran, yeah, the Ayatollah, yeah, we killed it, blah, 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 go through the details of what he actually does know about it, would they have shown it? I don't know. This doesn't exactly seem like high-tier news reporting. This seems more like they're trying to make an argument. Either way, as I said, this can happen, but it's kind of fine. Whether it's noise or whether there's some indirect benefit of it, it is a natural part of the formation of a civilization. And these people may be producing a benefit beyond what you can currently see. Don't always look for the direct. The indirect is sometimes more important and often the better way to proceed.